What's up, everybody? It's America's Credit Finance Drill Sergeant Rough Rev, otherwise known as King-Bey, coming to you from the Atlantic City Beach today. You see the beautiful waves behind us, the not so beautiful beach. It's not like South Beach, Miami, but you know, we do the best we can. In any case, I want to talk to you real quick about a subject that's very important to entrepreneurs, small business people. Many times as entrepreneurs, we wear a lot of hats. We do a lot of different things. We're the cooker, the baker, the candlestick maker. We wash the pots, and we fly the plane, and we land the plane. You know, we do all these different things, but it's very important that we fit in rest and relaxation. Something I took many years for me to realize that you can work hard, and you can be diligent, and you can still end up tired and broke. But sometimes if you vary your periods of work with your periods of rest and recreation, it's very important. It recharges your battery, renews your spirit, kind of gives you a new perspective on life and what it is that you're working for. Even in studying in college, I learned that you can study for hours and hours and hours and hours, and you'll reach what's called a point of diminishing returns, where your effort doesn't yield much in terms of what it is that you learn. So I realized that you had to vary your study periods with your break periods. And if you study for an hour and then you broke for 15 minutes, and then you study for another hour and you broke for 20 minutes, and then if you study for a half an hour and you broke for 10 minutes, that you would end up retaining more, you would end up learning more, you would comprehend more, and you could recall more when it came time to take the test. Well, it's pretty much the same thing, or very similar, when it comes to entrepreneurship. You can work and work and work and work, and I have a buddy that's doing it now, and all it's doing is getting tired and frustrated and burnt out, and it's making him begin to dislike what it is that he started out loving. When you love what you do, they say you'll never work a day in your life. But when you work so hard, and your body begins to break down, and your patience begins to break down, and your health begins to break down, you reach that point of diminishing returns where what you love, you don't love it too much anymore. Then, if you don't love it anymore, what's the point in doing it? So I want to talk to you about rest, recreation, chilling. Now, granted, there are many people that we run into in this life that they rest and recreate a little too much. They always chilling like a villain, and they need to be working, getting up off their ass. But we're not talking about those people. We're talking about those of us who grind hard, right? And we very rarely take a break. I have to force myself to take these breaks because I want to work Saturday, I want to work Sunday, and I want to get stuff done. And in our effort to try to accomplish all these things, sometimes we burn out. So it's very important. Sometimes we come down here, I like to say, this is where God is. Because man thinks he's in control, but when you look at these waves, and you look at the majesty of the sun, the moon, and the ocean, and the power of the ocean, during Hurricane Sandy and during many of these last couple storms, all these wealthy people and these money people in Van Margate, these big powerful people in Atlantic City, they found out that they were really not in charge. And there was at one point during Hurricane Sandy that no matter how much money you had, it didn't matter because you couldn't buy anything. All the power was off. Stores were closed. And the rich people in their big body Mercedes and big body BMWs were out there in line getting water with the poor people alike. And it was the common denominator where it broke everybody down to the same level. And at the end of the day, when you look at these waves and the beauty of this water, it reminds you that God is in control. That no matter how frustrating, no matter how difficult, no matter how much turmoil you may be in, no matter how it may seem like your back is against the wall, God is still in control. And I use that word God loosely because when you look at it from an etymological perspective, the study of words, and you research that word back far enough, you find out that God meant something evil. So I like to use creator, because there's a creator and then there's a destroyer. The creator does all things good and creates and builds. The destroyer, he tears things down. We do realize those two powers do exist. So I like to say the creator. The creator's in charge. No matter how difficult it seems, you might be low on money. You might have lost all your friends. You might be in a situation where your business partner got you for a ton of money, like a couple of mine did, and your back's against the wall, and the nest egg that you had to buy the house or to start the business or to begin that big project is gone. You're sitting there like, wow, like really? And you're frustrated and you're angry. come down by the water and realize that God is in control. It's interesting that years and years and years and years ago, the way they made electricity was they used water. And they would let water flow through these generators and these turbines, and the turbines would turn and create power. And it's pretty much still the way they make energy, the way they make electricity today. It comes from a natural resource. So now let me ask you something. Where does your power come from? Are you tapped in, tuned in, turned on to anything? Or you just running on your own fumes? You know, your own fumes and your own fuel will run out at a certain point in time. And if you're not tapped in, tuned in, and turned on to something that's greater than yourself, eventually your energy and your power is going to run out. So that's why prayer and meditation time is very important. Quiet time is very important. Pulling away from everything and everybody. Sometimes you got to pull away from the kids. Sometimes you got to pull away from the wife, the husband, the boyfriend, girlfriend. You definitely got to pull away from these electronic devices. That's a big, 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 big problem with a lot of people. They're addicted to these devices, doing this all the time. The kids that are not doing this enough, they're doing this. They have emphysema, heart problems, and sugar, diabetes, and all these different things. When if they just did this a little more, they would release those endorphins and enkephalins, and they would feel better without the use of drugs and alcohol. But in any case, King-Bey, Rough Rev, America's Credit and Finance Drill Sergeant, coming to you on the beach in Atlantic City. I just want you to look out and view the majesty of the waves for a minute. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And it reminds me who's in charge, and who's at power, who's at the helm. Because when God got ready to, he just rolled the water up all into Atlantic City and swallowed up the bay and the ocean met. That must have been scary when you look around and you see nothing but water and you see a couple of buildings poking up out of the water. And there was one mayor who was saying, stay in the city. That's another story. We ain't gonna talk about that right now. Another video for another time. But know that you need periods of rest. You need periods of relaxation. You need periods of just getting away, of decompressing yourself, and not doing anything related to work. Go get some potato chips and some crackers and a couple of candy bars and throw some hamburgers and hot dogs in a bag, get some juice and cookies and milk or whatever, and come to the beach or go to a park. If you're in the city of Philadelphia, often you can't get to the beach unless you drive an hour to Atlantic City. You can go to a park. There are many beautiful parks. In every major city, there's a Malcolm X park. There's some type of Martin Luther King Jr. park. There's some type of park you can go to rest and relax. So make sure that you get that in, ladies and gentlemen, and you'll recharge your batteries and you'll feel so much better. Hey, it's America's Credit and Finance Drill Sergeant, Rough Rev, otherwise known as King-Bey. I'm here in Atlantic City saying peace and love to you. I wish you grace. I wish you much success in your entrepreneurial exploits. And come to where God is sometime. Come down to the ocean. I'm not talking about the bay. I'm not talking about the river. You need to come to the ocean. You look at these roaring waves. You know, there was a fisherman that told me, man, if you knew what was out there, you would not go in the water. So at the end of the day, it's America's Credit and Finance Drill Sergeant, Rough Rev, tuning out. Peace and love.